Good evening, I'm Chris Bury.
And I'm Barbara Pinto. Tonight, a closer look at the explosive growth of cycling here in Chicago.
Soon you'll see many more of those powder blue divvy bike stations. This week, Mayor Emanuel announced a major expansion that will make Chicago home to the biggest bike sharing program in the nation.
But there are dangers on the road. Between 2005 and 2010, more than 8,000 Chicago cyclists were injured in accidents. 32 were killed.
Tonight we meet someone who practically lives on his bike and hear from those who are annoyed by all the additional bikes on the streets. This is the start of a typical day for 26-year-old Lebster Pabone, who works at Westtown Bikes on Division Street. After making a few adjustments to his bike, Lebster suits up in layers of clothing, preparing for a ride downtown. Then it's time to hit the road.
It's still a bike lane, but you still want to stay away from the door zone, you know? Safety first.
Lebster is a careful rider, using hand signals and coming to a stop at red lights. He's very aware of the dangers of riding a bike in Chicago.
This is one of the worst intersections for bikes. A lot of confusion with the bike lanes and the cars. I think I know a couple people that have gotten into a couple accidents there.
Vivid, sobering reminders are scattered around the city, whitewashed bikes or ghost bikes, marking spots where cyclists have been killed. 32 fatal bike crashes occurred in Chicago between 2005 and 2010. In May, 26-year-old Robert Bobby Can was killed, allegedly by a drunk driver in the River North neighborhood. Fellow bikers held a ride of silence for him. This section of Clybourne where he was killed has been renamed Honorary Bobby Can Way.
And even if you're wearing a helmet, you know, full of reflectors, with lights, you never know when someone's gonna open a door or someone's gonna, you know, not see you through their blind spot.
In recent years, more bikers have hit the streets. Now more than 15,000 commute in Chicago. The city has responded by building more designated bike lanes. Its goal is to create a 645-mile network of bike lanes by the year 2020, including a new 3-mile-long elevated parkway called the 606. An old rail line converted to parkland will extend from Logan Square to Bucktown.
And I think it'll be a great place for kids to learn how to ride bikes because they'll be able to go nearly 3 miles without having to cross the street.
The 606 trail is expected to be complete by next fall, and those blue divvy bike stations are popping up all over, more than 300 now, with plans to install so many more that Chicago will become the nation's top city for bike sharing. But some Chicagoans question the wisdom of the city's big push for more bike-friendly streets.
Why do we have to have bikes in the cities? You can take the bus, you can take the train, you can walk, you can take a taxi, or you can drive a car. But bikes in the streets, especially downtown Chicago, is not good.
Bikers complain about drivers not sharing the road, and drivers complain about bikers darting in and out of traffic.
They see each other as a nuisance and they see each other as a threat. And as far as I can see, they're not willing to give each other any leeway.
Lebster, who teaches safe cycling to his students, says the city streets are a public space and everyone should understand how to share them. Meanwhile, he hopes future generations will be more accepting and more educated about biking.
I think that anybody, you wake up mad and you get on a bike and you'll be smiling. You know, that's the best therapy there could be.